This is Colin. I hope you're having an amazing day. In this video, I will give you the ultimate starting guide to the Binstarter.io Launchpad. I will show you how to participate in the launches on Binstarter, how I got a 954% ROI on my first IDO participation with Binstarter, the tiers, what they are all about, and what you can expect from them in the future. So if you watch until the end of this video, you will have a complete understanding of this platform. So the interesting thing is about Binstarter is that they actually have a multi-chain IDO. So what that means is they do not focus just on one blockchain. They can support different smart contract types from different projects, right? This makes them quite eligible to pull in any project that applies to them, which they see fit. Obviously, there's a lot more information, insured fixed swap pools, transparency, low transaction fees, and a cross-chain integration. For liquidity providers for startups. Well, that's not that interesting. I'm mainly going to show you the IDO process and everything that's happening. If you want more information about their tokens, about the distribution of their tokens, how it all works, it's all available on their website, Binstarter.io, which I will link for you in the description down below. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to keep up to date on all the Launchpad information I'm about to release. And on the channel, obviously, you'll find a lot more. When I go to CoinMarketCap and pull up the Binstarter token with the code BSR, you will see that for basically since the launch of this token, it has been quite stable. There has been significant up and downs, which is to be expected with starting launchpads. For the Binstarter Launchpad, specifically, the ups and downs are because of hyped IDO projects. With the Binstarter platform, you need to stake your tokens for a specific amount of time and obviously to be able to participate in the IDO. Obviously, when people stake their tokens to participate in the IDO, as soon as the stake tokens are released, they're going to dump it, most likely, if there's not an IDO up and coming anytime soon, right? If we go to the Binstarter app, so actually bsr.binstarter.io, and we look at their IDO projects, so far they have completed 3 projects, which was Binstarter itself, Gem Guardian, and the Monopolist, which I participated in earlier last week. So this was the 4th of August, and this one was Gem Guardian, which was September 24th, and then Monopolist was October 31st, right? So last week. Now they have a lot more projects upcoming, which is great for the end of November and December. That's why I'm shooting this video, to let you know Binstarter opportunity is great, it's available. Compared to platforms like Seedify, Gamify, where it's super expensive to get high tiers, I'm talking about $400,000, $800,000. With Binstarter, as they're just starting out, it's not the case, which for you creates a big opportunity. Of course, anything in this video is not financial advice. Always do your own research as per the disclaimer on this video. Yet, I believe, in my honest opinion, what I'm going to do for myself is really explore this platform more. With the Binstarter price, so the ups and downs are specifically due to the IDOs, but you can see over time it's gaining more interest. And what happens is, as soon as it gains more interest, so for example here, this was the day before the Monopolist IDO, it went really high, right? And then after it dumped again. You can see that it goes up, 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 but the upwards trend, like the overall trend, is that there's more and more interest in this platform. While we're still super early, if you compare it to a platform, for example, like Seedify, which has been getting a lot of attention lately as a launchpad, but is basically terrible to engage with, or at least I would say participate in. I have about $8,000 in Seedify staked. Right now at 10,000, right? So I have 9,380. I have 1,000 tokens, and they give me a $20 allocation, which is a fucking joke. right? It's way too low. So I'm going to sell off my Seedify, move it into a different platform and perhaps Binstarter, right? But when Seedify started, it was also very, very cheap. And only as of the last couple of months, when they have had some really successful IDOs, the price has gone up tremendously. And I purchased, I think, for about $4.60 right here. So I had a good run with them as well. I'm going to take profit on this and move my funds somewhere else, maybe to Binstarter. We'll see. With the actual token, however, there are some important allocations, right? So I already told you, you need to stake. And you can stake it in the different pools. Based on these pools on Binstarter, you get APY, right? Annual earnings. So you can see there is an APY, which is called the flexible pool, the first one with no locked duration, an APY of 80, which is basically a daily interest of 0.16, APR of 58. Then you have pool 2, which gives you guaranteed allocation. So the Binstarter flexible pool is a lottery. The pool 2 is a guaranteed allocation, lock for 5 days. APR 95, APY 160, daily interest 0.26. Pool 3, which gives you a heavier weight on a guaranteed allocation, lock for 10 days against a 320% APY, 143 APR that is, and it comes down to a daily interest of about 0.39%, which I think is very generous. I think at a later stage, when the token value goes up, the projects gain more interest. They're going to bring these APY downs significantly, of course. And then pool 4 with the heaviest weight, you lock your tokens for 30 days, get an APY of 900%, 231%-ish APR, and a daily interest of about 0.63%, which I think is amazing. However, you need to allocate a minimum amount. So I just pull up this sheet. Oh wait, this one. So the minimum tier amounts for the lottery is 500 BSR. So if we pull out a calculator, 500 times 1.7 right now is about $850 to be able to participate in the lottery pool, right? 2,000 to be able to participate in the first tier, which is about $3,400. So then you have a guaranteed allocation. And this is what I had with the monopolist example I will give you in a minute. However, I put my tokens in the wrong pool. So I was actually, I have 4,000 tokens, which you can see right here, right? But I put them in the 2,000 pool. So I could have gotten more allocation and potentially earned a little bit more. I was a little stupid. I didn't know how it works and I was rushing it. It was late at night. However, I could have gotten the pool 3 guaranteed allocation, which is 4,000 tokens, which is what I'm holding right now, which comes down to about $6,800. And then the biggest pool is 16,000 tokens, so that's obviously quite significant. Would run you about $27,000, right? That's for like the most elite level. To give you some understanding on how the weight distribution works, let me head over to the details of the example that I have for you. Monopolist, right? I cannot, we cannot, nobody can foresee the future, but we can look back and I can give you an example of something that you might be able to expect. Always do your own research. So the total raise was about $200,000 for a price of about not even a cent a pop, right? With an initial market cap of 310, then the timer and all the information. So pool 1, the flexible pool, if you won a lottery ticket, you got an allocation of about $30 in BNB. Then for pool 2, which is the one I had, $49. I could have gotten almost double, but I picked the wrong pool. So for pool 3, $112, and for pool 4, $553. You can see the significant change. So of course, the more money you stake, the more APR, APY Binstarter is willing to give you, but also at the end of the day, money makes money in this industry, and the big allocation, the big pools will have the highest potential yield. right? So when I look at my screenshot, I participated. So I put it on 7 or 8 cents, or like not 7, but like 7.5 was rounded off to 8 in CoinMarketCap app. So I participated about $49, right, in BNB. And there is obviously a TGE, so token generation event. So I don't get all my tokens. So I would not be able to sell everything because I'm yet to receive tokens of the vesting, of course. However, I plan on keeping this specific project for the long term because I really like how many users it has and how active they are. But so far, I'm about up $954, which is 1,914%, right? Which is absolutely crazy. The project goes up and down quite a bit, but the returns are obviously significant. Last time I checked, it's about 17 or 18 cents, which from this is obviously a tremendous gain, which made my first Binstarter IDO experience a really great one. So of course, I hope with the next projects coming up, we might be able to expect something similar. However, this has huge risk, right? The IDO projects might be complete failures. We don't know. So there are 4 projects coming up. The first one is In Poker, which starts on November 25th. It was originally listed for November 11th, so it got delayed by 2 weeks, which is like an online gambling and poker platform. I already hold their elite NFT, which I purchased for about just over half a BNB. So definitely I'm looking to participate in this project if I have the funds available at that time. Then we have Miland, which is if I launch their website, like your classic, like maybe like Habbo Hotel style game, which looks quite interesting. Obviously, you would have to research these projects in real detail. I spent about 5 hours researching In Poker, and that looked really great. I haven't researched this project yet because it just launched 6th of December, so that will be a long time from now. 30th of November, they got Moon Monster, which I also haven't looked into just yet. I did open the website before just to have a quick look, but I haven't really investigated if there are any big opportunities out there for this specific project. So it's an NFT game. It looks kind of trippy. The website loads quite slow, but I always like to see gameplay, so that's always good to see at least what we can expect from this model. Then when we look at this Suki MOBA, which is basically the next one up, the first one, so it's November 25th, November 20th, then November 31st, and then December 6th. So basically once a week starting November 20th. Suki MOBA is also a game which looks quite cool. It's more like anime style, but they have a coming soon website, which I think if the IDO is in 2 weeks time-ish, 2.5 weeks, they should have some information ready. So I'm not a huge fan of projects just doing a quick cash grab. So I'm still looking to see if I'm going to participate in this. I have my 4,000 Binstarter right now. There is about 20 days until the project I want to participate in. I'm going to wait for the price to drop, which I think it will. So if you looked at the last month, there was a low here, 1.39. It has since recovered, but there are quite some lows, 1.37, 1.37, and I'm going to be patient. So I'm just going to wait over the next 2 weeks, and as soon as this dip happens, I have some notifiers on my phone set up. I will buy in an additional 12,000 Binstarter to get me the allocation ready to participate in, specifically in poker, which I'm interested in, to get ready for the highest tier. So I carry the highest weight. So if the In Poker project does well, which I really hope, because I really done a lot of research, looked into it on Binstarter, we might expect some good returns, might see some good returns. or might not, because it has tremendous risk. It's a little bit like gambling, right? But I looked at the game, it's already playable. I have the elite NFT, I'm holding this, so I'm super excited to see what this project pulls off. And I'm obviously interested to see what Binstarter does in the near future with their next IDO listings. Because when I participated in Monopolist, InPoker was there, but in the last 4 days, they listed these 3 projects. So there's a lot of things going on. The Telegram group, which I will link in the description below, is super hot. So they post a lot of announcements. Their Twitter is really active, which makes me like the project. So before I got into Binstarter, I read a lot of bad feedback about the team. Obviously, I always like to experience things on my own, right? Do your own research, as am I doing. I spoke with the team, I spoke with some of the Telegram admins, and everything seems to be quite decent. So obviously that earned my trust a little bit more. I'm always a little hesitant on trying new platforms, but I had a good experience with Monopolist. So Binstarter for me right now is a good launchpad. That's basically my conclusion for you. This is everything I had to show you on the Binstarter Launchpad. I hope you now have everything you need regarding the tiers, the allocation, the course. I'm not going to do a price prediction because I think it will just continue very slowly, project after project. The floor of the coin will go up, but it's not really my thing to guesstimate price predictions. Anyway, I'm more in it for the IDOs, for the quick flip, and hopefully, if everything turns out okay, make some money. If you have any questions or any interesting NFT or IDO drops coming up that you know about, please leave them down in the comments below. I check that stuff every single day, and maybe we can learn something from one another. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.